you doing? December last year, an employee, a 33 years old, who worked for a major Japanese pharmaceutical company named Astellas, committed suicide all of a sudden. And the Japanese Labor Standards Inspection Office approved this case as industrial accident. In the press conference held on January 14th this year. And there's one thing I just want to talk about this case. If you are a business manager running business on your own and hiring some people in your office, one thing I want you to know is that the work style of people who is given a certain discretion to their tasks is really different from the work style of people who is given no discretion to their tasks. You can find probably persuasive answer about the difference of both work style when you think about why a person like Elon Musk can work for quite long hours without taking risks. So why a person like Elon Musk can work for a crazy amount of time every day without almost having rest is that he has great amounts of discretion on his task. At the same time, he take a responsibility on his business. It goes without saying that a person like Elon Musk has great influential and has great power in his company, and which means he can concentrate on the very important task, which means he can leave any tasks that he feels unnecessary or he doesn't want to do to his subordinates whenever he wants. So this is a really good strength. So I think the quality of stress is really different from the business owner and employee. So probably he may feel the stressful. He may have the feeling of stress and sensitiveness about the company's fluctuative stock price and the business results of the company and the payment for the salaries of employees and cash management or something like that. But this sensitive stress is totally different from the stress that most of the employees have in the company. So most of Japanese business managers forgot the fact that how advantageous it is for them to be able to work for a long time without worrying about bosses to ask for instruction and being scolded by someone else during their work. So having great discretion gives you a really great chance to choose something, gives you the great right to choose something when you confront any problems. And if you don't have discretion, you don't have the right to choose something. And if you don't have the right to choose something, you can go nowhere, but you cannot help solving the problems with permissive range given by the company. So you know how stressful it is while you are hedged around with the rules and regulations and no discretion from the companies, right? So it is quite tough to work for long hours in this situation where workers is bound by so many regulations and so many rules without any discretions. So it is impossible for anyone to work for long hours with this circumstance where they have no discretion on their tasks, and they are given no right to choose something while they're doing their work. So business managers always make concession to workers from perspective that they can work without accumulating stress in their mind. So do not be on the same scale with business manager, between business manager and employee. You know, essentially, 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 the role of business manager and employee is totally different, and how they feel stress is totally different from each other. So you properly understand this circumstance always when you hire and when you work with your employees in your office. So at least employees hired by a company shouldn't be required to work for as many hours as CEO does. So please understand how much the degree of discretion given to workers affect their mental. So this is what I think of.